NyQuil Severe gives you powerful relief for your worst cold and flu symptoms. On Sunday night and every night. NyQuil Severe, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Stop! Clearing breakouts doesn't have to be harsh on your sensitive skin. New Cetaphil Gentle Clear contains balanced formulas that gently clear breakouts and soothe sensitive skin. Cetaphil, complete acne care for sensitive skin. Now in the acne aisle.
Be sure to join us tomorrow for all the Met Gala madness, the moments, the memes. You know the internet.
Happening now.
Tropical Storm Nicholas is headed towards the middle Texas coast. Storm surge, gusty winds, and some heavy rain. Concerns here. We are in Storm Chaser tracking it live, and we'll have the latest.
And I'll be right back with the latest stats on Nicholas and what it means for the Texas coast, inland all the way through San Antonio, and let you know where it's all moving. I'll see you in a bit.
If you're planning to buy a new car anytime soon, expect to pay more. Coming up, how to negotiate your best price. The news at 5 starts right now.
And first at 5, we are continuing to track Tropical Storm Nicholas as it makes its way inland along the Texas coast. And yes, that's why we got some downpours today.
Yes, they came very quickly, and it was a lot of water in a short period of time. And apparently that may be all we get. The rain that has fallen is maybe all we're going to get. We're going to find out more about that. Meantime, Justin Horn has spent the entire day in Port Lavaca and that area south along the coast. He's been watching this thing come ashore. It appears to have changed dramatically, let's just say, since noon.
Now, we're going to check in with Justin. I know he's having some audio problems and some issues out there, as you can imagine, as you look at the conditions right now.
Huge difference between what we saw at noon today.
Justin, can you hear us?
All right, guys, I can't hear you. We're having some IFB issues here, but we are in Port O'Connor in the midst of Tropical Storm Nicholas. Winds have really picked up here. We're probably seeing winds about 60 miles per hour right now. A few gusts higher than that. Obviously, some pretty heavy rain right now, too. The winds have really picked up just within the last hour as this center of Nicholas has come a little bit closer to shore. We expect that these winds will stay at this speed for a while longer until that center comes on shore, and we think that'll be later this evening. But you can see some of the trees really whipping around here. We've had some debris from some of the trees, but thankfully not a lot of damage from what we can see right now. We don't expect much from these winds. Yes, they're strong, but the main threats are really going to be the very heavy rain and that storm surge, which could be anywhere from 2 to 5 feet. We're going to keep an eye on that. So far, the storm surge hasn't been too bad yet. And thankfully, it's low tide, so that's going to help us out. We talked to some residents. They're staying put. They're prepared for this. They've dealt with this before, and hopefully most of this is through here by tonight, and it'll be improving and much better as we get into tomorrow. We're going to continue to bring you live updates from here in Port O'Connor as the winds are really starting to pick up here, and we'll have some more live updates coming up. Back to you.
All right, Justin, I'll take it from here. Here's the latest on Tropical Storm Nicholas. You see it parked just off the Texas coastline, the center of circulation just east of Corpus Christi. Here are the latest stats regarding this storm. Max sustained winds at about 65 miles per hour. That's very close to the center of the storm. There are some gusts to about 75 miles per hour, and it's moving to the north-northeast at 12 miles per hour. Here's the track and where it's taken. Landfall later on tonight, somewhere near Port Lavaca area. That's around midnight, 1 a.m. And then continuing to push toward Houston through the night and into the day tomorrow. Slowly moving, so it's going to dump a lot of rainfall, particularly from about Seadrift all the way through Galveston Island and even city of Houston. I think that's where the heaviest rain is going to be. Not as much down port toward Rockport, Port Aransas, Corpus Christi, and the National Seashore. I think most of the rain is Seadrift all the way around to the Louisiana coastline, and then the remnants of it just slowly drifting their way through Louisiana. Here's the latest look at the wind gusts in some parts of the coastline. Matagorda Island gusting to 40, Rockport gusting to 32, Port A gusting to 38 miles per hour, even down to Bird Island gusting to 32 miles per hour. I'm going to show you more of the coastline, more wind gusts, and have a full comprehensive update in just a few minutes. Steve.
Thank you, Adam. New at 5, San Antonio police investigating a shooting. They say a man grazed by a bullet in what he calls a road rage shooting. That's what he called it. It happened at the intersection of Walsham Road and Mid-Crown Drive on the northeast side. According to investigators, the victim's vehicle had 8 bullet holes. He was taken to the hospital. He's expected to be okay. Investigators are questioning witnesses to try and figure out exactly what happened.
And a man in the hospital recovering from a gunshot wound as well. He got this one on the far west side this afternoon in the 9700 block of Amber Ledge. That's near Highway 90 and Prue Road. According to the sheriff's office, the victim was shot in the back just before 1 o'clock this afternoon. He was taken to University Hospital, but at this time, we're not really clear what led to that shooting or if anyone has been arrested. 2 women are dead. Another 28-year-old woman now facing charges. Right now, we're learning to figure out what the names of the victims are. And here's what we know so far, though. 28-year-old Gabrielle Gaitan is now behind bars on 2 counts of intoxication manslaughter and 2 counts of failure to stop and render aid. She's accused of running a red light along South Zarzamora around 4:30 this morning and then crashing into the victim's vehicle near Highway 16. 2 women died on impact. Witnesses told San Antonio police that Gaitan was speeding before that crash. Officers found her walking along Highway 16 just a short time after that accident. She was taken to the hospital for minor injuries and tested for intoxication.
They skipped school this morning, ended up crashing a car into the San Antonio River. Did they learn their lesson? Well, now at least one of the teens, an unlicensed driver, will likely face charges. It was about 10:30 this morning when San Antonio police said the driver speeding lost control of the car on Mission Parkway. The vehicle took out one city work truck, a parked vehicle, then plunged into the river near the Espada Dam. The driver and 2 female passengers escaped unharmed. The 2 females took off with another driver. The teen who crashed could face charges of reckless driving and driving without a license.
It's a law that vastly changes the state's criminal justice system, specifically the bail system. Today, Senate Bill 6, the Damon Allen Act, was signed into law by Governor Greg Abbott. Erica Hernandez explains what this law changes and the problems that it could bring to Bexar County.
The Damon Allen Act is now law in Texas.
Senate Bill 6, or the Damon Allen Act, will transform the bail system in Texas. The law will now ban the release of people accused of violent crimes on personal bonds, now requiring instead they post the amount of cash set by the court.
The Damon Allen Act makes it harder for dangerous criminals to be released from jail on bail.
Here in Bexar County, the new law to some may do more harm than good.
The new law can be a major problem for the public defender's office here in Bexar County, as most of their defendants could be affected by it.
All of our clients in the public defender's office are indigent, meaning they don't have money for an attorney. And if you don't have money for an attorney, you certainly don't have money to post bond.
The result of this could lead to more jail overcrowding, a problem Bexar County is already dealing with.
It's at its capacity. I communicate with the sheriff and with the district attorney pretty much every day on issues that relate to jail overcrowding. It's going to exacerbate that problem.
Another concern is restrictions on charitable bail and how hard it will be for judges to issue PR bonds on certain cases.
That's why we elect judges. We trust them as local citizens to make decisions about who should and shouldn't be released. This particular bill takes away that discretion.
The bill does give judges more training opportunities and background information on defendants when bail is considered. The Damon Allen Act goes into effect on December 2nd. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
The Damon Allen Act was named after Texas State Trooper Damon Allen, who was killed on Thanksgiving Day 2017 by a 36-year-old man. That man was out on bail for previously assaulting a public servant and evading arrest. His bond had been set at just $15,000. Allen's widow was with Governor Abbott today during the signing of that bill.
The State Attorney General Ken Paxton suing the San Antonio Independent School District over its vaccine mandate for staff. Paxton accuses SAISD Superintendent Pedro Martinez of violating state law by issuing the mandate because it goes against Governor Greg Abbott's executive order. The state is seeking a temporary injunction to prohibit the mandate from taking effect next month. In a letter, the superintendent previously said the district was able to issue the vaccine mandate under the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC, with the exception of religious beliefs and health reasons. You can read more about this lawsuit right now on KSAT.com.
SAISD, though, isn't the only Texas district being sued by the state. There are some other states suing over implementing mask mandates.
This is cases in Texas schools and nationwide are skyrocketing. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
As American children head back into classrooms, some bumps in the road just weeks into the school year. Texas reporting more than 73,000 COVID-19 cases amongst public school students since school began last month. Still, the state's suing some districts for implementing mask mandates.
I'm not sure why people are so adamant for children to get sick, because that's essentially the situation that we're putting them in. Especially for children who are under the age of 12, they have absolutely no protection.
Some in Florida speaking out against mask and vaccine requirements.
No one should tell you what to put in your body. I choose what goes in my body.
One South Carolina district has stopped contact tracing and quarantining for students and staff, even as pediatric cases surge. The Department of Health and Human Services says more than 2,500 children are currently hospitalized with COVID-19 nationwide.
It's never been this crazy, never been this busy. It's exhausting all of us. And our biggest concern, of course, is that sick kids aren't getting the care they need.
President Biden now mandating businesses with more than 100 employees to require proof of vaccination or offer weekly COVID testing.
I think it'll push a lot of people forward. The experience so far has been that these vaccine mandates really do work. They get people off the fence and get vaccinated.
For those younger than 12 and not eligible for COVID shots yet, the FDA is urging parents not to get them vaccinated ahead of FDA approval, saying children are not small adults and may require different dosing. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Bexar County commissioners set to approve millions in funding for road projects.
Our Samuel King joins us now. Sam, many are in fast-growing areas of the county.
That's right, Steve and Ursula, and county officials say the projects are part of a 10-year infrastructure plan. Commissioners are set to vote tomorrow on whether to adopt it. One project that will continue to see funding is on Tally Road. That's out in West Bexar County. It aims to increase traffic capacity and improve mobility. Other projects will help with flood control, including at low water crossings to provide unflooded access. We'll have more on that coming up at 6. Looking at traffic this evening, seeing some issues here around Loop 410 and Callahan Road and I-10 as we head over here to the wall. You can see traffic is really starting to build in that area. So let's take a look at that on the map. You can see here on 410 right there, you can see down to 28 miles per hour. Also had a crash here earlier, I-10 in Calabria. That's affecting your travel time inside 1604. Coming in from Bernie to downtown, 27 minutes. And then once you get inside 1604, 19 minutes now between downtown and 1604. I'll have more updates throughout the evening, guys.
Thank you, Samuel. Well, if you're on the hunt for a new car, you might want to wait a while. Low inventory and a shortage of parts are pushing the price of vehicles up, way up. If you need one, though, we have tips on how to negotiate the best deal. Next. If you have your heart set on buying a new car, truck, SUV this year, expect to pay significantly more. Part shortages, scarce inventory, inflation, and a recovering economy have caused prices to soar. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz on how to negotiate the price on a new car given the current market.
Some vehicles are so hard to come by that buyers are paying well above sticker prices. Nationally, Consumer Reports has seen the Jeep Compass selling for 15% over MSRP. The Chevrolet Silverado 2500, 17% over. And the 2021 Kia Telluride, 18% over sticker. That's concerning buyers like Dan Barkyum.
I just don't think I'm the best car buyer. I'm not good at negotiating or anything like that.
If you don't need a car right now, it can pay to wait until supplies are up and prices settle down. But what if you really do need a car right now? Consumer Reports advice: first choose a model that isn't in such high demand. And when you're ready to talk with the salesperson, be prepared to negotiate.
Let the salesperson know that you've researched the transaction price for the car and trim level that you want.
This means you know about what the dealer paid for it and have already calculated what you are prepared to pay. If they can meet your price, let them know you're prepared to buy immediately. If they can't, tell them you intend to shop other dealerships.
The salesperson will try to keep the focus on your monthly payment. Insist on negotiating on one thing at a time. Lock in the price of your new car first. Then you can begin discussing a trade-in or financing.
With the used car market also tight, expect at least wholesale pricing for your trade-in, or you can always sell your car elsewhere like CarMax or Carvana. As for Dan, he found his car.
It was all within the span of about 24 hours, but I think I would have shopped around a little bit more.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Looking outside with live cam, there's that bright sunshine over downtown San Antonio and then nice clouds around everything else.
You know, it looks like we're looking off to the southeast toward the Gulf coastline there. I can see the power plant off in the distance, the big smokestack. So I believe that's looking to the southeast and at least toward the coast. And a lot of blue around here, but of course it's a different situation right along the Gulf Coast for our friends there. So let's talk about all of this and what it means for us even around here in San Antonio. Not much additional rainfall. I really don't foresee much more, if any, rainfall from Nicholas in our neck of the woods. And that pretty much even goes for folks east of town, Lavaca County and DeWitt County as well. A little breezy at times tomorrow, some gusts up to 20 miles per hour and not too hot the rest of this week. So let's start with the radar. We'll talk about the rain, then we'll talk about the winds and get into everything else. You look off to the west, a few isolated showers, pretty much Edwards County toward Brackettville, not much left there, not much going on. We had a few showers and quick downpours in and around Bexar County earlier today. Now, really, we're just detecting a few sprinkles out there, and that's it. Of course, it's a different story, different picture here when you get to the Gulf coastline. Center of circulation just east of Port, or just southeast of Port Lavaca, basically due east of Rockport. And there's a lot of dry air on the west side of this, so it's having a hard time overcoming that dry air. That's why you're not seeing much in terms of rainfall from Rockport all the way southward, just a few hit or miss showers associated with that. So here's the big picture over the past 6 hours. You can see that center of circulation moving northward. Can't rule out a few pop-up afternoon showers. So that's the rain. Let's talk about the wind. These are the latest gusts reported. Port A, 38 miles per hour. Bird Island, you got the boat launch there, 30 miles per hour. And Baffin Bay, the sensor here, basically on the east side of the bay, has been recording some 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts. Matagorda Island up to 40 miles per hour. Port O'Connor, 42. Even Galveston, 35. And keep in mind, these are the gusts and not the sustained measured winds. Here's a look at the forecast for the sustained winds. And within this yellow area indicates tropical storm force winds. That's 40 to 55 miles per hour. The latest forecast keeps that mostly Port Lavaca all the way to Galveston through the night tonight as the system makes landfall sometime around midnight. And then, of course, shrinking that wind field quite a bit as we get on into tomorrow. Okay, looking off to the east, you see some blue, you see some gray. 1/1300ths of an inch of rain at the airport officially today. 86 the high temperature. How about that? Right now we're at 84. Dew point is 67. Temperatures generally 80s. Closer to 90 degrees off to the west. And as we go through the evening, we'll quickly fall into the 70s, some partial clearing, little breezy and northeasterly wind at times gusting up to 20 miles per hour. That's tonight into tomorrow. Minimal rain chances, partly cloudy, 88 tomorrow, then making it back to the mid-90s by Thursday and Friday. And notice those rain chances pretty slim and just isolated in nature by the weekend.
Thanks so much, Adam.
All right, so we wrap up the first week of the NFL tonight right here on KSAT 12.
That's true. On Monday Night Football for tonight only for this time of year. Yeah. But at the same time, the Texans surprised the NFL with their big win over Jacksonville. Not just a win, a big win. When we come back, we'll show you how they did it. And the Cowboys star wide receiver out of the lineup for quite some time coming up.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
The Houston Texans stunned the NFL as they dominated the Jacksonville Jaguars in the season opener on Sunday, even without Deshaun Watson and a new head coach. Starting quarterback Tyrod Taylor was on target. He had the Texans up 14-0. He was able to find running back David Johnson in the end zone for the 7-yard TD. He would finish the day with 291 yards. He would push the Texans out to a 27-7 lead with another TD pass, this time to Danny Amendola, who just signed last week. Equally as impressive, the Texans activated 4 of their 5 running backs who combined for 160 yards, with Mark Ingram leading the way with 85. And then there was the defense. It picked off the NFL's top draft pick, Trevor Lawrence, 3 times on the day in the 37-21 victory. That matches the picks the Texans had all of last season. So what is this win meeting a team that has gone through so many changes and challenges over the last year, including a new head coach?
It means a lot to Coach Cully, and definitely hats off to him. He's done a great job of leading us from day one. His message has been strong, and as far as the players, we've done a great job of just responding. No one complained throughout training camp. We put our heads down, we worked, and we all got better and continue to keep building that chemistry. And we're going to continue to keep building chemistry and working and playing for one another as the season progresses.
All right, we'll see if that continues as the Texans travel to Cleveland, take on the Browns Sunday at noon. Meantime, the Dallas Cowboys are spending this week preparing for the Chargers in L.A. after falling to the defending Super Bowl champs Tampa Bay on opening night last Thursday, 31-29, a game that saw Dak Prescott make his return by throwing for over 400 yards but leaving 7 points on the field after kicker Greg Zuerlein struggled. Did Dak come into that game thinking he would throw the ball over 50 times?
I didn't plan on throwing it that many times, and no, I never questioned my health or being able to throw it 50 times or how I'd feel out there. I know all the work that I've put in over the offseason, through training camp, just everything that I expected to go out there and be able to leave it all out on the field and do whatever I need to do to help this team or give us a fighting chance.
Head coach Mike McCarthy announcing that wide receiver Michael Gallup will miss multiple weeks after suffering a calf strain that was originally thought to be an ankle injury, more likely out 3 to 5 weeks. Another honor for Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammond. Tonight, her number 25 will be retired at the Raptors in Las Vegas. It will be done at halftime of the Aces game tonight. It would be used to be the San Antonio Stars, where they were moved to Mandalay Bay in 2017. We'll wrap it up after this.
A few lingering showers tonight and into tomorrow morning, but they're going to be highly isolated and confined. Otherwise, partly cloudy, 88 tomorrow, and rain chances again by the weekend.